for a shed like this, there's plenty of airflow, you get lots of sunlight, it's a great location. The cons are the fact that you've got metal gates in between, so they still can cross-contaminate each other all the way through. But as long as your hygiene's up there, you shouldn't have any problems.
Yeah.
So stone bedding is more for the fact that the sheds that we use, getting hold of wood shavings and enough wood shavings was always a problem. We use the shingle because it's free draining. It's in a depth of a couple of feet deep, and in the middle of each of 10 there's a big sump hole. So as you can see, they're dry all round the middle, and it's only around the edges that you start seeing a bit of staining. So it's more for the health and welfare of the shed. Lots of people criticise the fact that they don't think that stones are warm, but if we got some calves up and felt where the calves have been sitting, they generate a lot of heat.
Yeah.
But there's not the dampness that we have to worry about. Yeah. And so the quality of the stones at the moment on a second fill is pretty good.
And the calves seem to be okay with the stones?
They love it. But you can hear that they are running around playing and things like that. So for a good calf shed, we want to make sure that the bedding's always dry. So a good test, if you can't kneel down in it and stay dry, then the calf's not going to sit in it as well. So we always want it nice and dry. So you just got a bit of dust and that's it.
Dry.
Ultimately, there shouldn't be any urine or anything for the calf to sit in. So that it stays nice and healthy and draft free and things like that. So draft free at calf level, but you want airflow to take away the smells of ammonia and things like that. So for me, I always say if you can smell ammonia, you've got pneumonia issues that you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
Calves are really sensitive. They'll start getting a run to their eye and coughing and showing all the symptoms of pneumonia if there's high ammonia in the food. So we can do a little lighter test at calf level.
Yep.
Just seeing if there's any draft. And no, there's no draft.
And I guess the important thing is to always be thinking about the level the calves are at as well.
Yeah.
Because even though there might not be a draft or a smell of ammonia up here, there could be down here. So it's good to get down and see what the environment's like down there. So hygiene is obviously so important when you're rearing calves. What sort of hygiene procedures do you guys have in place here?
For us, we use a combination of different things. So we use a sanitizer and a disinfectant. So the disinfectant gets pre-seasoned, gets sprayed all around the walls, the floors at a heavy rate, and then the sanitizer gets used in all our feeders. So the feeders and anything that is going to be used around the calves, like the thermometer or the tube drench or anything like that, they've literally sanitised.
Every single day you'd sanitise the feeders?
Every single day.
Yeah.
So they get sanitised at night and they're ready for the morning again. So for our hygiene regime, we do twice a week we spray with the disinfectant, and so at the heavy rating, and any time that a pen has been emptied because it's gone outside, so then it gets a complete overhaul. If fresh bedding needs to be used, then it's put in then. We blanket everything with as much disinfectant as it can possibly handle. The troughs get all cleaned. If you can't drink that water, then the calf's not going to drink the water, and ultimately they need water to help the rumen and develop and things. So lots of people don't think calves drink water from day one, but they do. So it's important that the water's there.
Calves go into the nursery paddocks at about 12 days old, depending on room in the sheds and how well they are doing.
You do need some sort of shelter. If you haven't got the beauty of these little huts like we have, just straw bales, just something that they can get against to break away from bad weather and things. So as soon as they're exposed to the elements, they're shivering, and so that's using up energy, and the energy that you've used trying to gain weight is all gone. Yeah. So the calf isn't growing.
Yeah, and I guess A cold calf can be okay, but a cold and wet calf is really where the problem lies, isn't it? That's really when they start to shiver and they really can't handle it.
They can't handle it, and then you've got to check within your development.
Yeah.
So we try and eliminate all the checks. So paddocks where we don't have the hearts, there'll be 3 or 4 bales for 50 calves, and angled in position for the weather.